a friend of mine asked me to make a journal in a witch theme, but not the Halloween witches. And I have to say, I have spent a lot of hours on the internet for looking for different witches. She told me Hecate. I hope I pronounce it right. Hecate. It's this Greek goddess witch person, and she liked the witches of Waterhouse. It's a painter who made beautiful paintings from witches. I think I went a bit crazy on this journal because I like the theme, and she's a dear friend, so it's a lot. It's a big, very big journal. It has fabric on the cover and some elements. Here I made some dangles. This is the back. It has a leather spine. I made a bookmark for her. I take it off. That's easy. So it has a charm with the moon and the star of the witches, a kettle, a heart, a key, and here I put in some amethyst and lavender. So it will hang on the journal. So now look inside. I spent a lot of hours on this one. I designed a lot myself. Some parts I show you later. I did order a digital file on Etsy because I really loved it. But for now, let's start here. I designed the background of the paper. I made a pocket with a stamp. I also made this envelope. And of course, I've put in a bag here so you don't watch at empty paper. I put a card in here, also designed myself. So there's a lot of designing in here too. And I like it to design. Here I have some cards and tags you can use for writing or, you know, put anything in there. I designed these pages with digital stamps in Photoshop, and it has a lot of writing space too. This is what I meant. I put the link down below later. I found her on Etsy and she makes beautiful pages. First I wanted to do it myself, but sometimes you have to just take what you can get. And I loved it so much, so I bought the digital items and I used it in this journal. Here there are some keys because Hecate is using keys. This is what I meant by the Waterhouse witches. This is a beautiful painting and I made it into a journal card. Here I have put a journal card and I made a dangle with a skull. This is the other file of her, with the digital pack you saw earlier. She has also these file maps, and I put it in the middle of the journal, and you know, you can put something in there. I made these lovely tags. I made some digital stamping. I made a pocket here with some sewing. Here the moon, because Hecate is also a witch of the moon, I think. Here I made a journal card with some gemstones and also a dangle with two hands. Here the herbs crusher. Here's some hands with herbs. This is also from a kit, lovely page. A skull, a key. Here another Waterhouse witch. I love it. Here, this was actually a brain crusher because I want the envelope, but I didn't want to glue it in the journal because there's some nice backing. I designed these envelopes and yeah, so I made a construction so you can see the back and the front. And also here there's a journal card. And I created this to close the envelope. I also tea dyed this paper with some purple ink. So I made a tea dye with coffee. And well, while I was tea dyeing, I put some drops of purple ink. So every page is a bit different color of ink. Sometimes I put a little bit water extra or coffee extra. This is also so lovely page. Here is the other file map. I altered a little bit because it's just one file map and the other ones were cards to put in the file map. But I wanted to all file maps. So I altered a little bit in Photoshop. So yeah, they're all file maps. This is all lined paper. Another pocket here. An envelope. A card. Here a little poem. Here I have a dangle with some amethyst stones. So it's a big chunky journal. I hope it's not too big for her. But I think she's gonna like it. This is also Hecate. I don't know how to pronounce it. But people who are in this scene probably know what I mean. The tree and some people dancing around it. A file map again. These file maps has how you call this? This is relaxing bath. 1 ounce of lavender, 1 ounce of mugwort, 1 ounce rose petal powder, and 8 ounces of Epsom salt. So they're really existing recipes for for people, for everyone. You know, I think witch always sound a bit negative. I just see them as people who appreciate nature and stones and do positive things with it. Like the energy of the moon. And this is about that. Sleep smoothie, you know, how you can sleep very, very nice. And only herbs, you know, not medicine or that kind of stuff. Another tag and a Waterhouse witch. Here, shungite. It's a stone for protection, for negative energy and that kind of things, you know, cell phone, 5G. Here's some mushrooms, fig, in Dutch, vijg. Some keys, the tree, another envelope with some lovely woman on the back. Here a journal card. You know, I like this purple stains on the paper. Writing paper, another file map, another witch with a tag, a journal card, and here's a dangle with keys. Howlights, it's also a gemstone. Kitchen witchery. I thought it was kind of funny. She didn't want the Halloween witches, so I thought about making a joke and put some Disney witches in here, but I didn't. I thought, no, don't do that, don't do it. So I did. Holy, I think it's a herb. Another witch. Hecate again. A file map. Envelope. You know, I try to keep it basic, so there's a lot of room left for your own creativity. Here another eye and a tag. Another witch. This journal of this envelope with a lovely lady on the back. Here an envelope. I put a card in here, so you can journal the moon phases and manifest, I don't know, manifesting. A skull and the file map. I liked the swirls on the corners. It gives a little bit more mysterious look. Here another card. A journal card. Here is a dangle with mushrooms. A lovely witch again. And the last tag on the back. So, well, this was a lot of work, but I love it. She's giving it to herself for Christmas. So I'm just in a few minutes I'm going to wrap it so she can see it when she comes pick it up. Yeah,